Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Ngatikata Unu First Nations people and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. Now, I do apologise if I've pronounced that incorrectly. My mother just rolls it off her tongue. Yes, I'm at the coffee table in front of the fire. The weather is so feral last night, outside, raining, cloudy, cold, wet, windy, you name it. Even the crystals, even though I'm undercover, the crystals wouldn't be enough to hold the cards down. So, yep, I'm hiding around the corner in front of the fire in the second living area. If you can hear voices, my mum's in the other living area over the other side there watching the television. But if I do acknowledge them, and it sounds like my guys with the gruff voice, etc., or the sassy female, you'll know who they are. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading. Now, I'm just going to point out that I've got this notepad here, and these are the readings that I had noted down that I was going to have a look at. Hacking the Speaker, Elon's house, Biden signing the Oval Office documents. Oh, I might still read on that one. Illegal Starlink found in India, Trump-Musk abusive relationship of isolating the US from their allies, is same as on a personal level, as isolating people from their loved ones. But what I'm really getting is a feel to step into some higher vibration energy. Now, may not sound like it when I actually talk about what I'm going to read on this particular reading. What I want to have a look at is, why is Trump still alive? Interesting. Uh, so many readers. Every reader that I follow, yes, something unexpected out of left field and a harsh truth coming forward very quickly. I'm using the Gilded Tarot Royale and entertainment only. Um, just about every reader I follow saw him not making it to the election, including myself. And I'd been saying that for years, 2 years, I think, ever since he announced that he was going to run. I didn't see him making it to the election. So I just want to have a look. Now I've got half my cards upside down. I want to have a look to see why he's actually still alive. I might just pause you while I get my cards sorted. Hang on. A couple in the middle. And as I am sorting the cards, because those that follow me for a while know that I don't read upside down, as I was sorting the cards, these two, again, there is a truth coming, a harsh truth, a harsh reality coming for the US, which means the rest of the world. And then we have the Justice card. Now, justice can mean justice, can mean balance, bringing back of balance, but it can also mean actions having consequences as well, both on the bigger stage and on a personal level. So I'm just going to have a look. I am going to ask the question, why is Trump still alive? He was literally ordered the casket before the election, and he said, aside from, I'm not talking about the drugs. I'm also feeling he gets a hemoglobin transfusion regularly. Um, that's red blood cells for the non-medical. They're the oxygen carrying cells. He's on. He There's a lot going on there to keep him pepped up. But my question is, given everything else, why is Trump still alive? Come on down, let's have a look, and I'll see if I can get that right. Got that ready to pop in there if necessary, just to get that light right. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to start. Right. Five of Swords. Treason, betrayal, abuse of power, win at any cost, the election itself. Okay, guys, we don't want to go down the election path, guides, but this is the energy we're in. It's trampling over everybody in the way, stealing it all, etc., etc. So, challenged by the Three of Swords, treason, betrayal, heartbreak, loss. I'm getting, when he was missing for quite a while, I think he may have had a stent put in. is what I'm feeling. Now, I kept getting this card when I was talking about his health, and I kept saying he's going to have a heart attack or some sort of vascular health event. This is going to sound really weird. I just got told cheating death in regards to that card. He cheated death, and he had challenge being the vascular event, but I'm hearing that he had my guides are just telling me he had a stent put in. Okay, during that missing period. However, on another level, on the lower vibration level, they are about this betrayal and cheating. On the base, we've got, why is he still alive? 3 cups spilt, walking away from what emotionally no longer serves. It's 3 cups spilt is the energy that he's stewing in. I think he's just upended. He's upended, and now I don't think he's giving a rat's backside about anything. He's just enjoying I won't even say he's enjoying because I don't think he is. He's just turned his back onto all of it. So his posts on Untruth Social, I don't think he's writing at all. If they're a bit wild, they'll be Don Jr. If they're not wild, there's somebody else within his admin. Okay, I'm being brought back to the senator. Was it a senator? No, it was a House representative in Texas who ended up in the nursing home or whatever it was, the dementia ward, and the staff just continued on without her. Nobody knew she was missing or she was in the dementia ward because they just continued on without her. They didn't bother her with any of the details. That's what this feels like. In the past, we've got the Sun card, full illumination in the past. Why is he still alive, shining the light in the past? But it's in the past. I keep getting that when his usefulness is over, he will no longer be around, and I don't know whether it will be natural causes. In his purpose was to fully expose the corruption in government, money in government, the oligarchical desire for world dominance. There's his purpose in this time, his soul contract was to expose and reveal. I've been saying that for a long time too. Crowning this reading, we've got 3 of Pentacles, working on his health basically, in the forge, hammering it out, keeping him alive until he's no longer necessary to be kept alive, is what is happening. There's a team that is keeping his health going. The immediate future. There are some more snakes in the path that need to be revealed, and they will be very shortly. So you only have to look at who's been exposed during this era of Trump running for the presidency. And you've got those that are behind the Supreme Court, the Leonard Leos, the Harlan Crows, you've got the Peter Thiels, you've got the Elon Musks, you've got the, oh goodness me, there is a significant list, but also those within government as well. So there is still one last something huge that has to be revealed as before the path forward can be continued. Externally, massive truth, sword of truth, massive information about truth coming out. Internally, action about information being taken. It's usually my legislators card. It might be Matt Gaetz is a great one that's found himself with the spotlight shone on him. Steve Bannon, um, um, Rand Paul. Who the list is even too long. But there might be a truth about perhaps legislators, Mike Johnson, perhaps. The hopes and fears, yeah, the devil energy, absolutely. Um, Addiction, betrayal, chaining oneself to the lower vibration, the just awful energy. Very seductive to do so. I mean, he's not a bad looking, can mean drug addiction, but it's also very much about taking the lower vibration path. It's one of my two cards for Trump. The other is the King of Pentacles, which is how he sees himself as the wealthy billionaire. But this is the energy that he brings. But he has exposed, and there is one more big event to come forward before his time is done. So the outcome, we've got restricted within his own mind. It's an unpleasant position that he's going to find himself in, and then we have an emotional breakdown. And then we've got the movement forward in regards to the steel, something not yet been revealed. It is a nightmare, chaotic situation, but we have the wheel of fortune is turning. It's going to be something unexpected out of left field, where there is a strengthening of legislation, strengthening of the guardrails that is going to have to be surrendered to and working together across the aisle. So, a lot of news coming out really quickly. It's not going to be easy to stomach about those living in a lap of luxury. We've got the government, we've got Harris we've got the message again. This message is going to come out. It's a higher ground message, and it is coming from Avril Haines. That's my Avril Haines card. She's the Director of National Intelligence and bringing forward information about what went on with the election. Okay, so why is he still alive? Because there is one last huge impediment. Now, he's only a little snake, but if he doesn't get dealt with, notice he's in the infinity. If he doesn't get dealt with, this will continue on. So I'm really getting that there is one last massive reveal. Then that's why he's alive at the moment. Because he's not done with his soul contract. So let me have a look. I'm just going to have a look. What will happen? And it is about the false victory. I read picked up a couple of days after the election itself that he had held a fake inauguration, and then word came out that he had said such to Biden. And then he announced on his Untruth Social that he should be put in, and nobody was more stunned than I was. What will happen to Trump when he completes his soul contract? His soul contract is to expose all of this, as vile as it is, because until it is brought into the light, it cannot be dealt with and it cannot be altered. And this is going to affect both sides of the aisle. It's not just Republicans. Nancy Pelosi, in all honesty, in my opinion, should have stepped down when her husband was attacked, or stepped down at the end of that, not restanding. But she's fallen overseas and not sure what she broke, leg, something along those lines. But she installed a head of a committee that AOC was running for, overrode AOC because she actually feels threatened by AOC and does not understand the energy of the likes of these new representatives coming through. Now, I know OAC's been around for a while, but she does not understand this new energy. Instead, she installed an old white guy who is actually undergoing cancer treatments. That doesn't make sense, but it's not just one side of the aisle. This is going to be disruptive to all, and it's going to be disruptive to the commercialization as we get more people selling directly or bartering directly or just simply deciding not to get cable television and not watch those shows and not watch the networks that have been letting us down, and they find their news from the little independents, etc. There's a big shift going on, and we either join it or we get left behind. And the joining of the shift is this higher vibration inner work energy. But my question is, what's going to happen to Trump after his soul contract is completed? Come on down, let's have a look. Ooh-wee, what's going to happen to Trump? Ooh, temperance, balance, moderation, a new dawn. So this is the energy of the soul contract being complete, is what I'm getting there. I think he's going to end up delusional. Okay. And here's the emotional breakdown. So what's going to happen to Trump? An emotional overwhelming. It's my emotional breakdown card. It's a cleansing card. Okay, the foundation. Gosh, 2 aces. New beginnings, but also endings. Endings come before new beginnings. We are going into a 9-year. 2, 2, 5 equals 9. A 9 is a cleansing out, end of cycle. So the energy that he'll be stewing in is this sort of truth, this sort of reality, this sort of peacefulness, a new beginning. In the past, we've got entrapment by the messaging. So I think what's going to trigger this is when he gets, now I read the other day that, and I had read a long time ago, that the intelligence briefings that he's getting are having some falsehoods inserted into them, and they're tracking where those falsehoods end up. So he's going to find himself entrapped by information. Crowning this reading, goodness me, look, what have we got? 2 major arcana and 2 aces in the energy of the here and now, when he's fulfilled his soul contract. The hanging man being stopped, the money being shaken out, the wheel of fortune turning. Okay, here he is. So this is moving into what's going to happen. So that's the energy of the here and now. This is what happens in the past. King of Pentacles, how Trump sees himself sitting on the golden throne, or is it Musk sitting on the emerald throne? All that in a cup of tea, as Linda G would say. Another ace externally. Inflammatory, powerful information is going to come out about truth. Internally, use this card again. The King of Wands. Action being taken in regards to this new information. Hopes and fears. Plan where something was bought in from overseas. The outcome. 2 of Swords, an important decision needs to be made in regards to the election. and a judgment moment. So when Trump has finished his soul contract of exposure, a decision is going to be made about exposing what went on with the election, and then we have a new start. Queen of Cups. A lot of readers read this as Harris. My usual card for Harris is the Queen of Swords as the prosecutor. But if Joe Biden is the King of Cups, Harris is the Queen of Cups. It's going to be a nightmare situation, but taking the rightful place and moving forward, and the wheel of fortune turning, something unexpected coming forward about the devil energy and the disruption, the conflict, of the government. Okay, so what's going to happen to him when his soul contract is finished? There was no utter downfall cards. This is just telling me that that's when the decision is going to be made about the election. So, okay, that was one level. Decision being made about the election cheating will happen when the soul has that last exposure. What have we got on the bottom? Because I saw Haynes, Avril Haynes, in regards to the overseas interference, and then we've got my Harris card, Haynes and Harris. Okay, Harris taking her rightful place. Let's have a look. What will happen to Trump himself? So again, we've got this process that needs to go through. We've got Haynes, then Harris, then downfall for Trump himself. So is Trump going to find himself unalived by non-natural means? I keep seeing him in a medical facility having had a stroke, where he's just basically trapped in his own body. But let's have a look. Well, here's the abuse taking the rightful place, the Nine of Pentacles, the abuse moving forward, kept in a luxurious cave, slow moving. But I see this very much as Harris taking her rightful position. And then we have kept in this luxurious cage, trapped. Okay, Two of Swords. When the decision is made, we've got this tower moment for him where his whole life is disrupted. And then we have the surrender to some sort of restriction. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be artificially unalive, let me put it that way. I'm just getting that he hasn't finished his soul contract yet, that when he does, that's when it will be Ten of Swords time for him, and yeah, we will get information about him being in this facility. I think his own body's going to restrict him. Doesn't mean there aren't plans afoot. I just don't think it's going to be necessary for anybody to externally to take him out. I think before anybody has an opportunity to do so, his own body will. Okay, but there is one last big something, corruption, viper, toxic element that needs to be exposed and dealt with before we actually reach that stage. Otherwise, whatever that is will continue on either behind the scenes or out in full view, but it needs to be dealt with. Okay, love to you all. Wow, goodness me, what a journey we are going to be on. Take care, stay in the higher. Love to you all. Look after yourselves, do what you need to do for you. It's time to enact a little selfishness and look after you first. So, see you shortly.